Hello, hello. I hope you can hear me well. Please let me know in the chat. I'm trying to check the chat at the same time, and please let me know if you can hear me, because that's usually the first issue we have. No sound, but in OBS everything looks fine. As you can already see in the chat, the check commands don't work just yet. I started trying to implement them like 5 minutes before the stream started. So, well, I hope the next time it works. But that's that, and this is just a bit of preliminary talk. That's only for the live stream for the moment, because the plan for now is. Oops, I have to turn off my own sound, of course. But the plan for now is that we have this part, just hello, welcome everyone to the stream, and then later on I plan to start a section that I'm gonna cut, and that's gonna be the YouTube video, hoping that everything works fine, which is going to be something we have to see, but only at one ear. Okay, so there's like an issue I see with the audio, so that's the time to figure that out. It's supposed to be mono, so it should theoretically be right. No, it isn't. It isn't mono. Now it should be mono. Now it should be better and on both ears. That will take some time. And hi, Tim. I see more people are joining. That's great. That's great to see. The last time I did a stream, I think that was when I had like 100 or 200 subscribers, and the streams were rather small, right? So yes, I was interested to see how things are gonna look like now. But again, like, this is only some preliminary talk. I'm gonna add some more stuff to the chat commands for future live streams, hoping that everything works right today and that we can do this thing. And let's start with posting some stuff into the chat first, because I have some stuff. So I think some of you are already coming from the Discord, so for those of you it isn't so interesting, but for everyone else, I hope you can join the Discord. I'm gonna post the link right now, or I guess with delay. You saw that a bit early already, and that's that. So for all of those who haven't joined the Discord yet, I think it's a great place to keep the conversation going forward, especially today when there's stuff to learn, right? So yeah, I hope you join if you haven't already. And there's another thing I was thinking about, to have music running in the background, just like some Creative Commons music, so that it's fine with the stream. But then I was thinking, well, I don't want to force you to listen to the music that I'm listening to, but I wanted to have a check command, exclamation point, exclamation mark, and playlist, so that you can check the playlist that I'm listening to right now, which shouldn't be on stream, I hope, because otherwise I'm gonna get into trouble in terms of or maybe you can hear it right now. Can you tell me if you can hear the music, because that's gonna get me into copyright issues. But if you don't hear any music, that's good, so then you can check the Spotify playlist that I'm listening to right now. But now that I'm thinking about it, you might hear the music. Can you? Please let me know in the chat, because yeah, that would be bad for copyright. I hope it's fine. Anyway, so you can already see there's only Blender and a bit of the background story. Can't hear any music, that's good. If you can hear any music at any point, please let me know, because again, difficult in terms of copyright. So anyway, yeah, as you can see, nope, sorry. Okay, but that's good. You don't have to be sorry. Everything's fine. So I only have Blender here. I can give you a bit of like the streaming pre-talk background for Blender, and that is that I actually started with Blender. I was thinking back last night, like thinking about like doing the stream and trying to like go through my history with 3D design. I actually started probably like 10-15 years ago. Maybe I'm exaggerating, I don't know. But Blender was already back then the only like valuable or viable free option for like 3D stuff, and I think I started doing like some very bad YouTube videos probably back in the day. So I wanted to have like some sort of intro, and people had like Blender templates where you can put your name in and then render it out. And I think that was the first time I used Blender, and I was rather frustrated because I had a very bad laptop back then, so it was certainly no fun, that much I can say. And then I didn't think much about it for a few years, and then I returned, I think in 2020, I saw some, I guess, Instagram reel where someone was talking about their process or their workflow in Blender. And it looked really cool, the results. And so I tried a bit with that, but I still only had a rather bad laptop. And then I switched to Cinema 4D, which isn't related to the bad laptop. It was running badly on any device at that point because I didn't put much attention towards the hardware quality I had back then. So anyway, then I did a bit of Blender, and then I switched to Cinema 4D, and then I learned everything that I learned basically inside of Cinema 4D. So all the work you see on like Instagram and anywhere else is made in Cinema 4D. But I kind of want to get away from that. I think Blender actually is almost better by now, I think, if I'm not exaggerating that. But I think Blender is probably the #1 choice at the moment. So I kind of want to get into the workflow, and I thought, well, if I have to learn it, why don't we learn it together, and hopefully you can learn something from me failing at it, perhaps. Let's see how well it goes. I did a bit, as I said, I did a bit of research in the past, or I worked a bit in Blender in the past, but nothing too special. And I did a bit of research right now, yesterday basically, and a few times before, about just writing down some shortcuts and whatever. And yes, so that's all I have. I have like a very short and chaotic list of shortcuts that I will see if they work. So that much about like the preamble, I guess. And with that, I think I'm gonna have a sip of water, and then we can kind of start the section that will also be the YouTube video. So I will cut the first part, and then we can start seriously. So we will get started very soon. And if you have any questions or feedback, if you have used Blender in the past, please let me know in the chat. I'll try to keep it open and have a look at it. And if you have any questions, well, I can try to reply to them. But yeah, maybe, I don't know, but we will figure it out together. Maybe I can figure it out for you live. So let's have a cut here, and welcome to the people on YouTube. This is part of a live stream, so I cut the earlier part out, and now we are on YouTube, hopefully, hoping that everything goes so well that I can actually publish this as a video, which we will have to see. But yes, we will get started with Blender today. I didn't do a lot of Blender work in the past. I did most of my work in Cinema 4D, so now we will try to get to understand and work with Blender for box modeling. So I will try to create a character, which is going to be my sad blob character, because we need something to model, and that I know the best, I think, as a reference. So let's start Blender and let's see how it goes. And feel free, if you are watching this after the fact, feel free to also write comments underneath the YouTube video, because I want to learn, and I hope we can learn together, and let's try to get this. So I'm rotating around with the middle mouse, which is already, I think, different to Cinema, and I zoom in and out like this. That all looks well so far. I know the cube is kind of a meme in Blender, isn't it? So but we can keep that, but we can, I think, delete the light and the camera, so I delete those in the view here. But I think we can use the cube. So I think now that we want to do box modeling, we first have to change the mode here, right? So we are in object mode, which is only, I think, assembling objects inside of the 3D space, but we want to edit this cube. Okay, this already looks good. This looks familiar. We have, 8 points for the cube, and we can go around, and I assume, let me try. Okay, I can select one, and I read that G is for moving. So I press G, and it moves. That's great. That's actually very great. If I press Shift, it moves slower, which is interesting. I didn't know that. And Control is snapping, so it's the other way around compared to Cinema. And it only moves on one axis at a time, I guess. I cannot move it inside, which is strange. Oops, I don't know what. Okay, I have no idea what this is. I'm pressing the middle mouse. I guess this snaps to one axis. That's interesting. Okay, but I don't want that, so I'm pressing escape. And did I move it now? Did it? I think it's still the standard cube, right? And I can select everything, which is good, and it only selects the faces or the points that I can see. So if I want to select, I guess, where can I change my selections so that it also selects more than what I can see? Set a new selection. This is extend existing selection. I don't want that. Subtract, no. Invert selection, also not. Okay, I'm not sure how to select something that I cannot see yet. But we will figure that out. If you know, let me know. If you don't know, that's fine as well. So now we have the cube, but that's a little too low poly so far. So I want to do right click and then we get subdivide. So I think that's what I want to have. And then we get the subdivide menu down here. Number of cuts, I think, this is a bit strange to me personally. Because I think in Cinema we don't have this like number of cuts and smoothness, but I think the smoothness, no, I have to increase the number of cuts, don't I? Okay, I don't know shouldn't this, do I have to do fractal up? No. Maybe I have to select something different. Maybe I think I would have to select the entire object, don't I? So let's try that again. No, okay, that doesn't do it either. Is it straight cut? That's not it either. So this selects all faces. Maybe I have to have everything selected. Oh, I see. Yeah, that's it. So I have to select all the faces. Then I can do subdivide. And then the smoothness is basically going to be how round it becomes in this case. So if I do more cuts, I get more subdivisions. Right. So what do we start with? I think if I do the same kind of workflow I did with Cinema 4D for my... Oh, and now I can see that is stupid because you couldn't see the subdivide menu. I'm sorry. So nothing happened there because... oh, and I see, select the entire object, thank you. Yes, I didn't do much there other than just changing this and that, right? So that's that. And now you can hopefully see more, and just let me know again if I have to move the camera around. So that's that, and I think, and that's something I'm not used to, but I think you don't have to bake it, right? I think that's already baked by default. I'm not sure. Can I? No, okay, I see. Wait. I don't want to subdivide again. How can I control Z, I guess? But it automatically bakes it, I think. I cannot change it after the fact, can I? What did I do now? I don't know what that was. Okay. Is it just unselect? No. What is it? Change the object in the current mode. Okay. I don't know what that is, but whatever. we will figure it out. So I can keep the head basically round because the sad blob has a very round head and face. How do I move? Wait. Okay, with shift and middle mouse, I can move like that. That's interesting. Okay, so this way I can go down basically. So now I would want to select faces. That's what I do here. What is tweak is, yeah, that, I think that's more the thing I do. Okay, you unselect. Orange means select. Select entire object, unselect, no orange gleich no selection. Equals no selection, sorry. Thank you, OM, if that's how I should pronounce your name. That was helpful already. I see, like people are already better at this than I am. This is great. So I have to look into my cheat sheet this way around. So if I do, that's something I read, but that's not what I want to do yet. If I do like Z and then just press 0, no, wait. No, I don't want to go into wireframe. Okay, thank you. How can I undo that? I thought Z would be the Z axis. Like someone, or do I have to do Control Z? Maybe that? No, that's just Control Z. Control Z is Control Z. I want to flatten this. That was my idea. or maybe I have to do scale first. I think I have to do scale first, then Z. Yeah, then only the Z axis, and then I press 0 for flattening it. Okay, so S for scale, Z for selecting only the Z axis, and then 0 for putting everything flat on the Z axis. That's good to know too, so that's that. But I want to first, I think, have like a, how do you call that in Blender? I don't know. An inner extrude, I guess. Extrude faces along normals. Extrude individual faces. That's something different. So let me check my cheat sheet. That's a difficult thing to pronounce. Okay, so I don't want to extrude that yet. I want to have like an inner extrude first, so that I have like an inner selection here, and then I want to extract the neck. That's like kind of what I want to get at, but I don't know how it works, so let's try to figure that out. What would that be? What would that be? Inner extrude. Extrude faces E is just that. I don't want to do that. I want to first inner extrude. Miss the gizmo in Blender. I don't know what the gizmo is. I'm not sure about that. So the other thing would be like I would have like an inner loop, I guess, but I don't think that's gonna work either. How do I do that? I guess maybe like it would be like in Cinema. If I would do this in Cinema right now, I would press Control to extrude, I guess, and then I would scale E to have like an inner part, I guess. So if I do E, and that's still on Z, okay, so this is like any axis now. You can viewport gizmo in Blender, okay. And if I now do, like this is extruded, and if I do scale, oh, it works just like that. Ah, well, long way to get there, but I think it is what I wanted to do. So now I can do scale Z and 0 to flatten this, and now I can do G to move this around, and I only want to move it on the Z axis, so I do this. Right. This is what I wanted to do. That's great. Long way to get there, but we are there. That's good. So I want to move it down maybe a bit more like that, and then I guess I want to extrude that once more. Something like this to get the neck. And that's already a blob head, I think. Close to it, close to it. So I'm thinking if I should already do the mirroring now, because I mean in most character design, and I think especially so, and I can even move my camera higher. Oops, that was wrong. I want to select the camera like that. In most box modeling, or at least character modeling, characters are usually symmetrical, so you just delete half of the faces and then you just mirror them, so that you only have to model one side and then you just mirror it. That's what you do, usually. So I can already do that now, or I don't. I'm thinking about it. So for that, it would be good to kind of figure out how to have the different views. And if I saw that correctly in the tutorial, it is like either pressing 1, no, that's wrong. Control 1, that's also wrong. Control 3, no, that's all wrong. How can I change like the views from like side view, top view, to bottom view? You know what I mean, I hope. How do I do that? That's not in the camera, is it? That's not. That would be somewhere here maybe. I don't know. View, I guess view looks right. Huh. The set of tools on the left. I guess the chat is right now talking about Gizmo, right? What is the viewport? I am in the viewport. That's good. I just want to figure out how I can just change the view to one side. Here's view. Ah, here. Okay, and that's numpad or control numpad. I mean, that's unfortunate because I don't have a number pad right now. So do I always have to do it like that? What do people without number pads do in Blender? Can you please tell me? Ooh, and I cannot move around. I mean, that's obvious. But if I always have to go through view and then viewport and then front, that's gonna be unfortunate. Okay, to change views, I see the chat is replying. And how do I move inside of this here now if I cannot do the middle mouse? So as soon as I do that, I cannot move around anymore. I guess shift, just for moving up and down. You can change it in preferences. I think that's something I should do at some point. I just don't know what to put it on yet, because I don't know all the other shortcuts to do that. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Oh, okay, so with shift and middle mouse, I can move around here. That's great. Slowly getting there. So, I'm trying to read the chat, but there's the heart in the way. The reaction thing. So go to user preferences. On the input tab, check the first box labeled emulate numpad. Okay, let's try that. So we go to preferences. And what was that? Input tab, input. And then emulate numpad. Main 1 to 0 act as the numpad. That is amazing. Thank you so much. I would have spent a lot of time trying to figure that out. Oh, that is amazing. Thank you so much. This is already, like, doing this as a live stream has already proven extremely helpful. I think for, hopefully for everyone involved, especially for me. So now I can press 1 and I go to the front view. That is perfect. Okay, so now I have the kind of hat and all that situation. I am thinking to move it a bit to the back, but I mean, I think the Zap blob is quite centered. I think it doesn't have to move back like a real human neck, where the face is like further forward than the neck. I think it doesn't have to be like that. So maybe let's try to do the mirroring right now. So that would be the box selection. Okay, so I select that. I delete that. Oops, delete faces, I think it would be. And it only deleted the ones that I can already see. And it doesn't select those. Well, I think there's probably a faster way to do that, but anyway. Oh, and I should I? No, I think I can keep it closed on the bottom for the moment. I will see, because that tends to be an issue in cinema, I think. And then I have to go to the modifiers. That is something I learned. Modifiers. And if I add a modifier, I guess I'm just searching for mirror. And I just press that and it works. So the modifier goes underneath this. To be honest, I have no idea what this technically is. This is the object and these are the polygons. I don't know. I guess the modifier snaps to the right location by itself. I really wonder what this is. Wait, if I just keep my mouse hovered, it doesn't say that. But anyway, it works because, like, again, in cinema, it's always a struggle to figure out what goes on top and underneath what. But I think everything is fine. I think I can turn on clipping to make it, like, force it to kind of be one. Like to bridge, I guess, the space that it hasn't at the z-axis. No, z-axis, x-axis, 0? You know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean. I'm rambling. So, one thing, it is a bit too pointy for me now, so let's just put this to a test, and I want to select not the faces, I want to select the points here. I'm going to select that point, and I just want to move it, so G, and I only want to move it on the z-axis, so Z, and then I can move it like that. That's beautiful. That works. And now I spun around so much that I don't know. Okay, this I think is the correct view. Where can I get your cheat sheet? I should make it prettier first, and then I can post it underneath this video. I have to rework that for sure. It doesn't look great, but I will get it to you. If you join the Discord, I'm not sure if you are part of the Discord yet, please again tell me how to how to pronounce your name correctly. But if you are on the Discord, I can send it there earlier, so that might prove helpful. So one thing I'm struggling with still is how can I make it that it also selects the points that I cannot see right now. I want to select this one and the one on the back, but how? So I guess, wait, so I want to select this point as well, and I don't want to spin around. I just want to like select all the points, even those that I cannot see. I don't know how to do that yet. You can do that in the selection inside of Cinema usually. I joined the Discord now. That's great. So I will get it there to you as soon as possible. So I do this manually for the moment here, and then just I guess this would also be a scaling thing, and I want to scale on the x-axis. No, on the y is height. No, y is like this. Okay. I think the x's are different as well, isn't it? Maybe I'm mistaken, but that's a bit too pointy for me. Yeah, I think we don't have to spend too much time on it now. Anyway, we will get to it. So let's just assume this is fine. This is not going to be a great model anyway, so let's just accept it as it is. So now I want to select not the points, but the faces. You don't have to change your name to something easier to pronounce if it is your name. I don't want to take your name away. But I mean, if it's just a username, maybe it helps to have something different. But I do respect your name in principle. I just need to know how to say it. So yes, we need something like a neck right now, not a neck, shoulders, I guess. So how do we do that? I guess we keep extruding on the z-axis, like so maybe. And now I want to have a loop selection. So I want to select edges. I think that is that, right? I want to select all those edges and move them outwards. I'm not sure if that's going to work. No, because I need to keep those tied to the, what is it here? The z-axis. So z is height, right? This is confusing. So z is height, x is width, and y is depth. So y and z are switched in comparison to Cinema 4D. So I kind of want to do something like that, I assume. Like so. And okay, arm, I guess. Arm? Maybe? Tell me if that was better. So arm is your name. Okay, so something like that. And then I think it's another scale now, and I want to scale on that axis. Oops, that was wrong. So I cannot move while I'm in the scale thing. That's interesting. Wait, no, I want to do this a bit different. I think this is better in point mode again. It's funny, like, how I feel like everything that I learned, I know all those things, but you kind of forget about everything. Yes, it was better, thank you. I feel like I forgot everything just by changing the software. Like, I just got much worse at it somehow. So this is again on the y-axis, something like this, and now we have something like a neck. Now, something that I'm wondering about now is how does it work to extrude points in Blender, because that usually doesn't work in Cinema, but it seems to work here, if I'm not mistaken. How does that look like? Okay, I see. So it creates new faces if I'm extruding points. I think it doesn't do that in Cinema, which is good to know, good to learn. Okay, so I'll have a quick sip of water. Time to extrude more of the upper body, I assume. So how do we get the right blob shape? This is so confusing. I want to move around while I'm extruding, but it doesn't work, and it's kind of bugging me, to be honest. So let's do something. I'm just thinking how many faces I want to use for the arm, but let's assume, oops, yeah, okay. Let's assume we want to have like 2 polygons for the arm. So that would be for the arms. It could be a bit wider though. And one thing I'm also wondering is if there are faces inside of this now. Can I like turn off and turn on the mirroring, like without having to delete it? Like just, I don't want to render. Is there like the eye thing for the modifier? Is there something like that? I don't want to render it. I mean, I can just delete and add it again, but that seems wrong. So, okay, I just can't turn this off. Okay, no right click. Damn it, I'm moving around differently. Okay, so it keeps the faces inside, which is slightly annoying, but I can just get rid of that later. I'm just thinking, am I doing something wrong? Well, I could, if I extrude the edges instead of the faces, I guess it wouldn't extrude extrude this here as well. So delete and then faces delete. Well, I'll just keep it like that. I want to give it a bit more width though, so let's maybe go into the box selection. I guess I go 1 for the front view, and this again didn't select the last one. I don't like that. I have to figure that out as well. Okay, so I guess that's just a moving thing. Just move it outwards. So that would be the y-axis, right? Oh, G, and then what's going on here? I don't want to move on the z-axis. I want to move on the y-axis. Why is this wrong? So again, G for moving. So it moves in all directions right now. And then I want to move, oh no, in the X, okay, X direction. So I guess I'm going somewhere like here, and those I should extrude further as well. So that goes like that, pressing 1 for the front view, and then probably something like this, just giving it a bit more bend. Yes. That looks better, and maybe also give it already a bit of, I don't know, like some more roundness in the front as well, in the chest, so that would be G for moving. And now I'm moving on the y-axis, so Y, and then like something like this, I think that's mostly it. So maybe move those even further, Y again, to do that, and that looks like a torso, I guess, to some degree. Not, yeah, something like that. Okay, let's keep extruding this. So back to the face mode, moving down with shift and middle mouse, then select those 2, and I guess now I could, yeah, just keep extruding it like I did before. On the z-axis, that is, and then maybe like so, and then keep extruding on the z-axis again, so G for extrude and Z for the axis. Oh, but now it didn't. Okay, that's interesting. So if I press G again here, it keeps extruding from the same position basically as before, but I want to actually have a new cut. And I don't know, do I have to unselect it and then reselect it? No. Okay, it keeps extruding from the original position. So I don't know why that is the case. Do I have to close something and open it again? No, my bad. I pressed G for moving instead of extruding, which is basically the answer to the issue I had. So do on the z-axis and add some more here. Something like this, and then some more, maybe like so. And maybe one more. I think I can do one more extrude. And then there the legs are supposed to start somewhere. I guess I should press Control to have them all the same size, which I might try. So E, and then Control is like the snapping, so I can make them the same size, like so, I guess. Yeah, I guess about so. And to be honest, like so far for like a preliminary conclusion, to be honest, it might just be because I got this like kick of learning something new, whatever. But it feels actually kind of better than cinema, to be honest. I don't know why that is the case. I think everything also just kind of looks better. I want to move that point. Oops, what am I doing? I want to move that point. So G, and why is it disconnected? Wait, what? What is? Huh? Okay. I only want to select that. G for moving. Why in the world is it disconnected? That's not great. Is it with every point here? No, that point is fine. Just that one point is not connected. Fascinating. How about that one? That one's fine as well. That is wrong. Why? What did I do wrong? Do I have like an access point there? What happens if I delete it? Delete vertice. And now works. Okay, so there were 2 points, but I have no idea why the other point was created. Well, it is what it is. It works now, so I will not complain. So let's select all of them and move them a bit out on the y-axis, maybe like so. Just give it a bit more roundness. And then probably also moving those a bit inside to make it even more round, so that is now on the x-axis, like so. And probably even in the front, so maybe I'm gonna move them together, like, oops. So I'm pressing Shift to extend my, oops. Ah, okay, so Alt and middle mouse also changes the view, like front, side view, whatever. That's good to know. So again, G, and I want to move all of them on the x-axis. So like so, to get it a bit more round. That's good. And I think I need another loop cut here later, but we will get to that eventually. Right, maybe give it a bit more width here, so that's on the x-axis again. Like so, and then maybe move them a bit on the y-axis to the front. And then probably here down where the legs will start, I move it a bit back again. So that would be G again and Y to only move it on this axis. And then here certainly as well, G, and then, what was it? X for the x-axis, moving on that axis. And this one moves in as well. This doesn't have to be perfect anyway, we're just learning, so that should all be fine, hopefully. I think that stays, like the spine stays like that, I guess. I feel like there should be a bit more bend, but it's just the sad blob. The sad blob will understand. So that's that. That's like the upper body. Doesn't look so bad. I mean, it doesn't look great by any means, but it doesn't look so bad. So now we get to something interesting, I think, from my cheat sheet. That is the first plugin we can install. And I'll take a quick sip of water before that, but we will install a plugin that I heard is good for making things round, which is something I will try to do. So, yeah, be excited for that, I guess. Where's that? So I have to go through my notes. What is the name? It was something... Okay, it's called LoopTools. So that's going to be my first plugin for Blender, my very first plugin ever. So I think that's preferences, and that's add-ons, so it's add-on or plugin. And that was, what was it called? LoopTools. And if I have that, I'm supposed to, do I have to do install? I guess. I don't know. Let's hope that's right. So now I'm supposed to be able to select. Create character is hard. Person experience. Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, you have to study anatomy, basically, to do good character modeling. But yeah, it's a pain, but it's also fun. I mean, like, if you have something that you can animate later and rig later, it's cool as well. But let's see. Okay, so now we got LoopTools. So I select my faces. I have LoopTools installed. I go to LoopTools and then I do circle, and it makes it a circle. Now, in this case, it deforms a lot, which I think is fine, and which gives us a chance to do rotation for the first time. So R is for rotation, and that rotates quite a bit. So I think I have to press Shift to rotate it only slightly. So that would be about this to make it straight. And then I would have to scale it down quite a bit. Again, Shift to don't mess it up too much. So I actually want to have small arms. The sand blob traditionally has small arms, but I think then I deform the body too much. So I guess maybe let's do something like that. And I think I should extrude first, which I will do. Oops, why does my Control Z not work? What am I doing wrong? Oh, I'm in the wrong keyboard. Don't know how that happened, but now Control Z, Control Z. So that might be a good situation for two things. For one, how do we do loop cuts? Because this is just too asymmetrical in terms of size of the surfaces. So I want to add a loop cut here to have it a bit more even. So how did loop cutting work? I took a note for that as well. Where is it? Modifiers, we already did that. Select an edge loop, but we don't want to select a loop, we want to make a loop. Control R is for edge loop, so let's try that. What does happen if we do Control R? Oops, I was in the wrong window. Control R, and that's right. That's exactly what I want. So just give me that in the middle. I think that's fine. And that's great. So Control R is loop cutting. I'm still fast on the leaderboard. You're talking about the Discord leaderboard, right? So yeah, that's a good point. Like, the more people share stuff, the more interesting the leaderboard will be. So if you're watching this live, join the Discord. I can post the link again now that I'm talking about it. And also, if you are watching this in the real life, assuming this goes live, hoping so, then you can still join. It will be in the description. I think it's already in the description now, but yeah, please join the Discord. That would be tremendous. So now it looks not great, but slightly better. So let's rotate this around again to have this kind of straight. I guess I should go to side view. Oops. So if I press 2, it moves around in increments. That is fascinating. Okay, 3 is for the side view. Yes, I will definitely share the notes once they are edited in a way that people can actually understand what I was saying there. Because right now you will not understand, I think, what is going on. But I will share that with you without doubt. So now we have this kind of thing. I think the more I'm doing this, I think I need to inner extrude this first. So let's do the inner extrude. How did that work again? So we want to extrude, so that's E. And then we want to scale the extrusion, which is S. And that will do this inner extrude that I'm used to call inner extrude. So you lost me after mirror modifier. I hope you didn't lose too much. Genau, exactly. You can rewatch the live hopefully. So now I did this in Extrude again, which works, I guess. I hope. So I want to I guess I want to zero that out on the no, wait. So I want to scale, and I only want to scale on the x-axis to zero it out, and then I press 0 to put 0 in as a value. I think that's it, right? And now I want to move it on the x-axis, like so, I assume. And now I can make it round. I think that will work better. So let's do the circle and spin it around again to make it kind of straight. So that's that. It doesn't look great. I don't want to say that, but it also doesn't look so bad. I think it's acceptable. So maybe if we scale this down a bit, we want these like characteristically small arms for a big body of the Sablob, and I think that looks reasonably well. I guess reasonable. So now we can extrude that. So maybe let's go to the front view. So that is pressing 1 exactly. And now we extrude again with E, and we only extrude on the x-axis. So that goes like that. And then I do another extrude, and again on the x-axis. By the way, why? So if I don't do it on the x-axis, wait, no, that's wrong. So if I extrude it, it's like slightly offset. But didn't I put it to scale 0 before that? Wait, I think maybe the what was it called? LoopTools? I think that maybe have messed it up. So we do scale again, S for scale, then X for the x-axis, and then 0. Yeah, that's straight now. So now it should be easier. It should also be the same direction as the normals if I go X. So maybe let's do it like so for the elbow, and maybe like this. I will skip the hands for the moment for obvious reasons for anyone who either has drawn or modeled hands ever, I guess, because that's going to be difficult, but we will do that later. Maybe we won't do that. Let's figure that out at some other point. So maybe let's do some legs first. I think then we got the like rough shape for the moment. So there was a thing. So now the mirroring, I think, is not an issue, but more important now, because I mean, I obviously don't want the legs to be glued together, I guess, so to speak. So I have to extrude it in the right way, perhaps. I would make this round as well, I assume, which I think I will do. So that's LoopTools and then circle. Why didn't that do anything? Well, let's try again. Right click, LoopTools, and circle should do something. I don't know why. That's interesting. So maybe let's turn off the modifier again. There must be an easier way to like turn off the modifier than pressing X as well, I think. But why can it not turn that into a circle? So maybe it helps to delete the faces inside. I don't know if that is related to that. Actually, I would have thought it's... Oh, now works. So maybe it is that. So now let's scale that down. Oops, scale. Like so. No, wait, that's an issue. Because now it's going to be open where I mirror, so that's not good. So if I mirror now, I have that, and I guess I have to first extrude a little bit again. So that would be E, and then it already extrudes correctly on that side. So I do that, then I first scale it down, like so, and then I do the circle. Does that work? That works. It doesn't look great, but you know, good enough. So now we got legs, and it does look a bit strange, but we can fix that. We can fix that quite easily, I hope. So let's do the box selection. Let's select not that point, so those 2 points, and then that's another case for scaling. And then we scale on the y-axis again, I think. So that would be so. Oh, and here I can already see, and that seems to be a reoccurring thing with the, how's it called again? LoopTools, that it doesn't zero out as it's supposed to. So S for scale, Z for the axis, and 0 for the amount, and then we got that. So now it's straight. That's great. So now we can start to extrude it, like, let's say like so. Again, this is like, this is, how do you call it? A stylized character for sure. So we just ignore anatomy for the moment and just assume that this is reasonable. And then something I want to check as well is how I select loops. And like, for example, now I have the legs. I want to select all the loops, like the edges, as loops. I can also select the faces, doesn't make much of a difference. And then just move them collectively back. So I have to check again. How did I do the loop selection? I know how to do a loop cut, that's Control+R. But how do I do a loop selection? I have that somewhere in my list. Circle loop, that's something different. Select loop, Alt plus click. Is that it? That sounds wrong. No, it's not that. Or is that only for edges? If I do Alt and click. Oh, that did work, right? Oh yeah, wait, so let's see if that works for faces. It works for faces as well. That's amazing. So now I press, just Alt press. Oops, no, that's too much. Oh, okay. Yeah, just has to get the right loop. Okay, and then I just have Alt press down, then I click, and then it does a loop selection by default. And if I press Shift in addition to that, it just adds to the selection, which is amazing. So G for moving on the y-axis, moving a bit back. I mean, this looks wrong, to say the least. I think I just keep it in the middle. It doesn't matter too much. This is just a test. Let's keep that in mind. So, oops. Let's maybe do some other stuff though, like Alt and click to select the loop for the lag. Oops. I really have to get used to some of this stuff. So, and I want to kind of scale this up a little bit. Maybe like so, and then move it out. So that's on the x-axis. So G for moving, X for the axis. And that goes like this. And then perhaps I also, wait, then, okay. So I moved this now, but I guess I kind of want to move all of those together. So oops, that was wrong. So Alt and Shift to add those loops as well. Oops, that didn't work. Why did that not work? Okay, I don't know why it doesn't want to select, like, it selects all the loops, but not that one. What's the matter with that? That's strange. There must be something there, I don't know. So anyway, let's move it now. So should be like this. And then I guess we can move the bottom up a little bit. Select that point and move it up on the z-axis. Well, I guess the sides as well. So, I'm moving too much. Box selection, select those, and then move them up collectively on the z-axis, like so. And then maybe move them in a little bit as well on the y-axis, so G and Y, and then move them like so. Well, whatever, it doesn't matter, I guess, it doesn't matter. So that's a character. I mean, like, it looks comically bad. I'm not sure what to say about it, other than, I mean, it is the sad blob though. I think that's something to point out as well. I mean, I'm not sure how you feel about the sad blob, but I feel very, I don't know, fondly about it. So maybe you just sometimes don't even need to have all that much detail and other stuff to have like a character that can be fun, that can, I don't know, symbolize things. So I guess that's good. So one thing I want to check, and that's something I'm not feeling great about yet, that seemingly the subsurface, subdivision surface, right? Subdividing, I guess. I don't feel great about the fact that it seems to bake right away. So I would usually start to like subdivide every once in a while just to see how it looks. But I don't know if or how I do that here. So for one, I kind of want to subdivide this. I think if I do subdivide now, it doesn't do anything, right? I first have to select everything. And I really wonder, I'm in the surface mode now. And, well, I have the box selection. I'm not sure, maybe if I do this. And Control A doesn't select all of them, which I would have assumed would be the case. And this way I can also move it. That's interesting. But how do I select everything? What's the easiest way to just select everything? Because this only selects what I can see, which in this case is good enough, but there should be something, right? Okay. So now we have another issue, I see, which is that I want to subdivide the mirrored object, but I don't know how to apply a subdivision to a modifier, if that is possible at all, or whether I have to bake it in and then subdivide it, which I assume is the case, but I don't know what it is about that yet. But we're getting somewhere. Okay, I'm gonna have another sip of water and think about what to do next. I guess we have to do the hands. I guess there's no way around it. So we just do like a very minimalistic kind of hand and feet there, and I mean, then we have a character already. The stream has been going on for already an hour, I see. Time is flying, but yes, I think then we already have it. I was thinking to already put it into, for example, mixer mode to rig it and animate it straight away, and that would be interesting, I guess. But let's see, I'm not sure if we have the time for that, but we can see in the end if that's something we want to do. But then I have to export it, which might pose a whole new set of issues, but we will see, we will figure it out. Anyway, we'll get there. So, hands. In the tutorial that I watched, the person modeled the hands separately, which makes sense, which perhaps I should do as well. But I want to have like kind of minimal hands anyway, so I'm not sure how important that is going to be. But let's try that. Let's just create a new cube, and now that I'm saying that, I don't know how to make a cube. I only know how to get the cube in the beginning. How do I make a new cube? That is a fascinating question. I should definitely figure that out. So let's do that. How do we create a cube? Damn it. So that's editing. So maybe it's in object mode. I guess we are better situated in object mode, and then we go add, I guess, and we add a mesh and we add a cube, and that's it. Great. So that was easier than expected. So let's just move it here, I guess, like somewhere in the right direction. That's too big, so as for scaling, so let's do that, and then I guess I want to go into the side view, I assume. So and we go into editing. So that is, where was that again? Edit mode and then view, right? So which is, right is 3. Okay, so 1 is front, 3 is side. Good to know. So I guess we can kind of turn that off for the moment, just to not get too confused. Oops, and I really tend to mess that up. Okay, 3 for side view. Then we can scale it on the y-axis to make it thinner, like so. And then we go to the front view. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Then I guess we want to add a few loop cuts. So that would be Control R. And how do we do that? So I want here, and then number of cuts. Okay, I get it. Okay, so Control R for loop cut. Then I cut in the middle. I just keep it in the middle. By Control, I can snap it to that. And then I just do number of cuts here. So I guess that would be good enough. I actually don't want to give it a too realistic hand, but I don't even know how I did the strange fake hand that I did the last time. But anyway, should be fine. So that's that, and maybe we can also already add some loop cuts here. I just keep it in the middle and give it like two cuts, I guess. I guess that seems about right. So we have this. So now, something I learned from the other tutorial, something I tried to learn from the other tutorial, let's see if I really learned it, is selecting a few faces and then extrude them individually. So first, how did that go? I think it was something here. And then I go to individual origins, pivot around each object's own origin. I think this already allows me. No, it doesn't. Okay, I thought this would already allow me to inner extrude all the 4 faces by themselves, which it doesn't, but I think it still sounds right, like individual origins, I think is what I want. But how do I inner extrude them individually? So I can individual origins to affect multiple faces in themselves. I think that is right. Oh, I think I have to do Alt-E. No, wait, wrong window again. Alt-E. And then extrude individual faces. Right, and then I want to scale it. Oops. Okay, can I not scale that? Why does scale not work now? Okay, I can extrude that. So that's good, I guess. Oh, and now I can scale it. That's amazing. So let me do that again. I might not be able to recreate what I just did. So let's go back. Okay, maybe not so far back. So I'm in face mode, and oops, I didn't want to turn that on. I guess this is by default. No, I think it was set to this, to something else. So let me select those again, and let's just check if like Alt-E and extrude individual faces already works like that. That already works, even if I don't change that mode. And if I now scale, it scales it together. Got it. So let's do this again. So I first turn this to individual origins, because this is what we want to do later. I select all the faces and I press Alt and E, and then I extrude individual faces, and then I just get this out a little bit, and now I can scale it down, and it scales it down individually. That is beautiful. So now we have fingers, which is usually already the most difficult part. So let's see something else. So I have selected all the 4 different faces and they are separated. Can I still do LoopTools and circle? I'm not sure it's that is what it's supposed to do. No, wait, not curve. LoopTools and then circle. Okay, it does that anyway. I guess it doesn't work for the LoopTools here. Anyway, it should be fine. Let's ignore that. Let's just act as though everything's fine. So now we can select all of those again and then extrude them again, because now everything should be fine. Oops, and I have the issue that I want to move around while extruding. So extruding and on the x-axis and have it like so, and then extrude a bit more and then extrude a bit more like so, I guess, something like that. Again, stylized. Let's just ignore anatomy and everything else here. So I think now would be the moment where I add some loop cuts to kind of make it more round, but I think that's fine because I want to subdivide it in the end anyway, so that should be fine. And now usually I wouldn't do a thumb, but I think I'm just gonna try because I saw that in the tutorial as well, and I guess I want to try it. So I guess I set this back to median point. Not sure if that's really necessary, but let's try. So I kind of want to extrude it like so, I guess, and then I want to scale it down a bit to get like the base of the thumb. And then I guess we are moving it like somewhere like here. I have to look at my own hands, which I'm sure is a good reference for the sand blob. But anyway, let's see. So I go to 3 for the side view again. That doesn't have a lot. So I maybe for extruding, I extrude this a little bit, and then I go to the front view, and then I can move it around like so. And now I have to scale it down more drastically, I believe. Probably also move it back a bit, so that would be the y-axis, just to be sure I'm not moving it around too much in the rest of the space. And now I guess we are, no, I should go, oops, what did I do? I didn't want to do that. So I guess let's go to side view. Okay, go here to select all of them, then go to side view, then extrude here or on the y-axis, and perhaps like so, then go back to the front view and then move it around a bit again like so, probably. Then go to the side view and maybe move it back on the y-axis, so G and Y. So how does that look? It doesn't look amazing. It doesn't look terrible either, I would say. Perhaps acceptable. So maybe let's try to get it a bit better. Let's move this around, let's move that around, and then those as well. And oh, yeah, well, it doesn't look great. I'm sorry for anyone who has any understanding of anatomy who's watching this right now, because you might be screaming at your display. Rightfully so, rightfully so. But I'm just trying. I'm not educated at this. So yeah, that doesn't look amazing just yet. The other issue is, by trying to do it better, I think I'm also like I guess raising the expectations, which I don't want to do either. Just because I'm trying doesn't mean that it's going to be better. But yeah, something like this, something along those lines. That's a hand, kind of. It's kind of a hand. Is it? It's a hand. It's good enough of a hand, I assume. Yeah. It's nothing I'm gonna be all too proud of, but should be fine. The hands look very well, thank you for that. But yes, something like this, something like this. So now there's something we can do though, I think, because we don't have a modifier on this. Now we can at least check, okay, I have to fix this a little bit more. This is driving me crazy otherwise. But one thing we can do later is to apply the subdivision surface to it, which I guess is easier because we're not using the modifier. And it's a separate object, so that should be comparatively easier, I would say. And this is wrong. This is so wrong. Where did I get all the faces from? This is not supposed to be the I don't know, the tip of the thumb, is it? Whatever. But anyway, we can subdivide it and see how it looks subdivided. Something like this, something like this. I guess this one has to go kind of back. All of those have to kind of go back. This looks so strange. But anyway, we are getting there. I think it's also not very advisable to just start moving points around like this, because it's gonna be quite imprecise. But, well, may that be good enough. Oops, that didn't make things better. Maybe like so. Yeah, let's just assume this is good enough. So now I should be able, again, I have the issue that I have no idea how I can select everything. Okay, wait. So select items using box, shortcut Shift spacebar, B, shortcut cycle, W. I'm not sure if I know what that means. Anyway, let's just select all faces and subdivide just for the looks. And yeah, there has to be an easier way. Like now it's getting ridiculous. Yeah, but anyway, it works for the moment. We will learn that eventually. So subdivide it. Let's say it's a hand. But why are like, if I subdivide it, why do the fingers merge? That's something that shouldn't happen, I believe. I guess I have to make the fingers smaller, but I don't know. But a good way to test the loop selection again. So Alt Shift, wrong, like so, and like so. Oops. And this way we can select all the fingers. Oops, that was one too much again. So. And I guess that should already be good enough. So now I guess we can go back to individual origins and then scale them like so. Ugh. And the issue again that I want to move around while I'm extruding, which is, as we now know, not something that the program wants us to do. So I think for one, I want to scale it down like so, but I think even then we need to scale it down a little bit so that it doesn't mess up on the, well, no, I guess we have to keep it like that. But if we do Z and, wait, S and Z, does that make it any better for subdividing? I don't know. I will just ignore that. Let's ignore that for now, and now we can turn on, oops, not the whole collection, but the hand. So, did I, oops, that was certainly too far. So, why can I not, why does it stay with this? I guess if I unclick that, now I can click that. And now I can go, I am in editing mode already. So, what is the matter? What is the matter with that? Why can I not select the edges and faces of that model? That is strange. Oh no, object mode, edit mode, like that. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 edges here, or points here. I guess edges, points. So if I go, how can I quickly, okay, so this is how I can go back and forth between those. That's good to know. So here right now I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I would have to simplify this shape, presumably. And there was a way to do that. And I will try to do that now because I have to learn that. So if I select those, and if I select those, I want to merge them. And there was something to do that, which is something with dissolve, I think. Where was that? Here, I'll make a selection and then X dissolve. Oops, so if I press X, dissolve vertices, that would be, which is almost it, but not quite. So in Cinema, I would do like the polygon pen here. I would kind of take that point and just hover it over there, and then it would snap and just become 1 point. Which there should be a way to do that here as well, I assume, but I don't know how. So how can I merge them? I guess I was on the right track already. Maybe I just have to select those two. Let's try that first. So X and then dissolve. That just makes them go away, which I don't want. What if I select the loops? Does that make it easier? X and dissolve edges. Kind of, but not it either. So I guess I only, oops, I selected too much there. I only select that, and if I dissolve the edge here, that is better. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I have 8 here. So that seems that I could bridge that, but let's see if it actually works. So now, how do I, there's a way to merge them. I guess at this point I first delete the modifier. Okay, delete doesn't delete the modifier. Like that? No? How? I guess because I'm in the wrong object. Can I now? Yes. No, wait, that deleted everything, didn't it? So I guess I have to do it here. Maybe there's a quicker way to do that. But anyway, so now I should merge them. I took a note how to merge things as well. Okay, Alt-E, Extrude, blah, blah, blah. That's something different. Control-J to join stuff. So do I select it like that and then Control-J? That doesn't do anything. Do I have to do it like that? Control-J? Also not? Why does that not work? Maybe, no. Do I have to do this and that and then Control-J? Also not. Do I have to... How does that work? How do I join them together? That would be important. Is it possible with the right click? Or maybe I have to go to object mode instead of edit mode. That might be it as well. Control-J. Also not. If you know that, that would be a good help. That would be good help. Of good help. So I don't know how to join that just yet. So I think I use that to take a short break and get something to drink and maybe check if I can find a solution for that easily. And I'll be right back, but stay tuned, stay around if you're still here. Make sure to subscribe or join the Discord channel, and yes, I'll see you in just a moment. So here we are again, and I think I found a tutorial. Maybe I didn't. So we are in object mode. I think that's correct. And now I select this one, and I select this one with Shift, and now I should be able to press Ctrl J to join them, and it works. Great. Okay, so I just, for some reason, I have to do it inside of the viewport, and I cannot do it inside of, I don't know, here the scene collection, whatever. But that's fine. So let's go to front view and maybe size this a little bit. I think it should be something like so, I guess, and then just move it on the x-axis and get it in position. I mean, now the hand does not fit the character at all, but that's fine. That's how things are sometimes. It's just a test, isn't it? So now I should be able to go to object mode, select this one, shift select this one, Control and J, and they should be one. That is beautiful. So next thing is bridging them, which again should be easy. Bridging is an easy thing usually, but let's see if it is as easy as I hope it to be. So let's go to the tweak and the faces. So now let's kind of empty the faces and empty the faces here as well. Did I make the right amount of edges, points? I hope. But let's see. Oh, actually, I think I didn't write down how to do the bridging, but let's just try. So I select this and I shift select this. So that's good. Do I do a right click? And then I guess I do, what do I do? Edge crease. There should be something like bridge here, shouldn't it be? Bridge edge loops. That sounds to be the thing, and it is. Amazing. Great. This is kind of what I wanted to do. That's great. Okay, so we have a character with hands now where the hands don't fit the character at all. But that is, that's it. That has to be okay. So maybe do something like that to get a bit of a transition. And I mean, the hand should be further back, which now is going to be complicated, but let's try anyway. So let's do the box selection, and now I have to find the shortcut for the top view. So view and viewport, and top is number 7. Okay, so let's get the faces and let's select all of this, but as we have figured out, that doesn't select everything here, which still is annoying as, not annoying as anything, but annoying anyway. I really have to find a workaround. I'm not sure if there's like, do I need like an add-on for that? I hope I don't. That would feel very wrong. So with 7 we go to the top view and then we move it back on the, I guess it is Y axis, yeah. So that would go like this, and then maybe move it with G and X on the x-axis, like so, I guess. And I think that's it for the hands. Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, but well, maybe let's do another loop selection here, Alt and click on this, and then scale on the, I guess, Y-axis again. So that would be like so, and then move it on the Y-axis as well, so G and Y, and then get it back a bit, having a bit more of a transition for whatever that is worth. So let's make feet, I guess. So the feet thing, I think the easiest way to do it right now is Control R, I think it was, yes, for loop cutting. So let's do a loop cut here and move it down somewhere like here. Oops, why am I moving so strangely now? Okay, whatever, should be fine. So 1 for front view, and then it's a bit low. Oops, I want to move on the z-axis. It's a bit low for feet, I guess. So let's do something like this. And I am going to make much less of an effort for the feet now. Otherwise, we will be here still in an hour or so, which I didn't plan to do. So anyway, we have this selected now, and this can become our feet. So we do E for extruding, and then Y for the axis, and then just extrude it forward like so. That's a bit far. That's more like a clown's feet or something. Y is the axis, and then like so. And now we can select. Maybe we can do it with a. We don't want to have it with a loop. So I'm just gonna select those. I think that makes more sense, and move that down on the z-axis. So G and Z. And to be honest, I think it makes sense to have like another cut here first. So let's go back like so and extrude, and then I'm going to extrude on the y-axis, right? And just extrude it a bit like so, and then another E and another Y to extrude on the y-axis, and then another cut like so. I think that should be about right. So now we can hopefully more easily select the edges. I'm going to go to tweak again, and then select the edges here, and then G for moving and Z for the Z-axis, so that should be somewhere here. And to have a smoother transition, let's also move this with G and Z, and then maybe somewhere here. And that looks like feet to some degree. Again, now I'm thinking, should I add toes? I don't know. So I could do a Control R and like add a loop cut all the way through here and then just snap it. Let's just see how that looks like. I think it works, so that way we could extrude toes. So let's just do that for practice sake. So we can see again how that works. So how shall we do that? So first, I think I have to zero out the feet here, or the foot here, and I guess that is scale, and then on the y-axis, so S and Y, and then 0 to flatten it. And that's a bit too much, I think, so maybe just scale and Y and just make it a little bit more like that. And then probably also move it down, move it back a little bit, otherwise the feet are going to be very long. Or the feet are going to be very long by means of the toes being very long. So I have them selected, so let's do the individual origins. That's good, and that was Alt plus E, and then extrude individual faces. So that goes like that, and these toes are, they don't look healthy. Well, let me think. So I guess, is it median point? Does that do a difference if I do like extrude individual faces now? Oops, why? No, that does the same strange thing. So I guess we should zero that out. So that is again S for scale, and then Y for the axis, and then 0 to make it 0. Oops, and I should not do that while I'm inside of the extrude individual faces. So again, S for scale, Y for the axis, 0 for the amount. That goes like that, and then move G, and then Y axis, so like this, and then Alt E, and then extrude individual faces, and that should at least not look so terrible as we had it before. So now that I'm thinking, I guess here's where we should first where we can extrude first like so, and then we go back to individual origins and then scale it down and have it like this. And then I guess the toes are going to be off the floor now, so we move it by pressing G and pressing Z. And this is kind of eyeballing it now, but it should be good enough, I guess, like just for this tutorial at least, or this, it's not even a tutorial, it's just learning together. So we can extrude this again now, and that though I want to extrude on the y-axis instead of I guess the normals, I guess it would be then. So let's just give it a, some very short toes. Just have something here, and then maybe just move stuff back and forth a little bit. Yeah, whatever anatomy of toes is. Like, I mean, yeah, we just do something here. Let's just do like something like that for whatever it is worth. So this is good enough for me right now. I'll accept that. So now I think it is already time to put the modifier back on it. So that would be add modifier and add mirror. And that is wrong, because now the 0 point, I guess, the origin of the model changed at the moment where I joined them. So that is something to figure out now. If there's someone in the chat who can help me with this, how do I change the origin of an object, like the 0 points? Because this is wrong. This is very wrong. How do I control that? Why does it not work? I want to get rid of the modifier again. Wait, what's going on? Okay, something is wrong here. These are not... Wait, what did I do? Okay, I don't know, something went wrong here, so I guess I have to redo the toes. Don't ask me what it was. I'm gonna scale here, or move extrude here on that axis again. And then just move that back as I had it before. So something like this, whatever this is. So we got this. And it also should be time to save this at some point, and I'm just going to do that, but I'm going to do that on the other screen. So I'm just going to save it to the desktop and call it set blob 01, I guess, something like that, just so that we can get back if something fails. So again, we have the issue that I guess the origin or the 0 point of this object is here. How in the world can I change that? Is it that cursor? Does that do anything? I don't think so. Oops. So now I'm pressing Ctrl Z again, but it doesn't do anything. But I don't know. Okay. Let's try to figure this out. Again, if there is someone in the chat who can tell me how to do that, please tell me. We will have to figure this out. So, object transform, set origin. That sounds right. Geometry to origin, what does that do? That is not what I want. But we are getting there. Of mass. Isn't there something where I can just move it? Like, just move the origin? So I first did geometry to origin. What origin to... that doesn't do it either. So set origin to 3D cursor. Okay, so that puts it there. So that is good. So now if I position this correctly, Yeah, and here I get the menu now, so I can at least put it at the right position. So on the x-axis it would have to be 0. Right? Am I wrong? Oops. I kind of want to have it back at 0, 0, 0. Is this does not seem, why does this seem odd? Oops. Why is it there now? Wait, what is going on? This is wrong. Okay, so 0, 0, oops, 0. It goes to a different thing each time. I'm confused as anything. Wait. Where's that? Okay, I guess I just do that manually now. So, oops, I want to go back to here. Okay, this snaps, which is, I guess, something. And it is 0 on the y-axis. What? Okay, that is... I mean, it's not wrong, is it? Why does it not move if I do that? This is confusing. Okay, I'm sorry that we have to figure this out together, but it is important. So, x does have to be 0, but that's not 0. I am confused. I cannot lie. I am very much confused. I mean, this is not how this is supposed to be, right? Why is this not doing what I wanted to do? Mirror editing, maybe that is because I am trying to mirror something. But it also, as soon as I touch this, it it overrides these values, I guess. Proportional editing, global. I just want that. That's all. Okay, let's assume this is right. I mean, it's not right, but let's hope it's good enough. So if I do this, and if I add the mirroring now, I think it should at least mirror correctly, because at least it is correct on the z-axis. But that's wrong. But I'll accept that. I guess I have to accept it, and I will. I had worse issues in the past. Should be fine. Should be just fine. Okay, so now we actually have the character, don't we? I mean, like, now it's mirrored, and now I kind of want to, that is the thing. Now I want to bake the mirroring, and then I want to apply, subdivision surface on everything. So here it says merge, which is good. I guess I can turn on clipping. So this is on cage. Okay, now if I apply, I guess that's baking. So apply is baking. And now I have this object, and if I now go to subdivide this, which I guess I have to do, oh, now I can also, I think, if I now do like set origin, I can also just, oops, not this way around, but the other way around. Yeah, that's much better for an origin. So if I go to editing, I guess, if I go to editing, and if I want to select all of the faces now, I still have my issue where I cannot just select everything. Like, why is Control A not selecting everything? I will not understand that. Again, if someone knows how to do that, please tell me. So I'm just moving around and just trying to catch every little polygon. And if I go to subdivide it now, it splits in the middle. That is unfortunate. it doesn't look great. It doesn't look like the subdivision I'm used to from Cinema, but let's play around with these values just a little bit, just to like kind of figure this out potentially. Okay, fractal is not good. Along normals doesn't seem to do something. Why does the subdivision have a seat? I guess that is for fractal. And now I don't remember what was the default value. So I want smoothness. That's good. If I do 1 here, that's that. And now it's split, which it's not supposed to. And I don't know how to do that because I did say it should merge everything together, which I guess it didn't do. So that's strange. If I subdivide that now, does that make a difference? It doesn't. So I guess I have to find another way to subdivide this to get the same effect that I used to have in Cinema 4D. But I think we got something here. I still don't understand exactly why this is not merged, although I had the modifier here set to, I set it even to clipping. Maybe I have to select like even a larger value in the merge here. But even that it shouldn't be, right? So where was that? If I do this and apply again, and I... Oops, yeah, okay, that is wrong as well, because now the legs are merged. That is not something that is supposed to happen. So if I apply that, okay, like that it should work. It should work like that. And now I guess I still have the same issue where I have to go into editing and then select all the faces. My issue where I don't know how to select everything. Whatever, we got there somehow. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff. Or maybe it's also because I didn't, ugh, damn it. Maybe because I didn't select every face, it's like broken in the subdivision. I mean, that might be an issue as well, because that probably doesn't help. Ugh, what is going on? Okay. It's a bit difficult to get used to moving around. Yeah, I mean, that might be an issue. So I guess that is something for the future. I think that's, I guess, the next greatest issue. How do I select all the faces for sure? And how do I then get it to correctly subdivide and not break? So I even, like, every time I find, like, I guess maybe I just go through all the different views, like so. And then just try to select everything like that. So 7 is supposed to, oh, damn it. If I do subdivide now, I mean, at least it's merged, so that's something positive. But the subdivision still looks odd. But at least it's one object. I guess that's a positive thing. But I need to find yeah, some better subdivision. This is certainly not what I'm used to from Cinema 4D. But this would, I think, go too far right now. So I think we can wrap it up. This was almost 2 hours, 1.5, I guess, of actual working. And I mean, we got something done. Like now it's only like stuff I think that you can quite easily figure out just by some Google searching, which I'm not going to do right now. But something that I can do in the future. If you're still interested and if you found value in this, let me know, write a comment. Make sure to join the Discord channel if you have any questions or feedback, or if you want to share your Blender knowledge there, please do that. And yeah, let me know if this is something that was helpful or interesting to see. It's not the usual kind of tutorial I do, but I hope it was still interesting. And yeah, I hope you have fun. Leave your feedback, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.